Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another video. My name is Tom. Thank you for joining me here this afternoon in my dining room. I'm about to enjoy my lunch from Hardee's, but I wanted to share with you guys some updates as to what's happening. So tomorrow morning, we are departing South Carolina, and we're heading to Jalisco, Mexico, for a 1 week vacation. It's literally Friday to Friday. We'll be back Friday late night, and it's literally just to get spring break on the books for Eddie, because he will be out of school for the week, and we thought this was probably the best time to go see our family there. We have a pretty large family presence in Mexico that, you know, it's tough to, you know, see and visit when you have a border between you and two different countries. But be that as it is, I used to fly my in-laws into Los Angeles pretty much every year that we didn't travel. So they got to see, you know, Eddie, you know, from birth up until 9 years old. They were with us. They were with us last year, but unfortunately, you know, as time goes on, it gets really hard for them to travel. And so this time we decided that we would make the trip. And also there's family members there that haven't seen me since they were kids. So it's been probably about, I don't know, 12 years or so since I've been there in that area of Mexico. So we're leaving tomorrow morning. We have 2 flights, which is out of profile for me. I like to do maybe one layover if I can't get a direct flight, but this one's going to be 2 shorter flights, and I figured it would be best to do so when you're traveling with a kid. You know, they get stir crazy, and although Eddie travels really well, so I don't know. You know, when he was younger, we flew from Los Angeles to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, in I think it was 20 God. And Sam, if you're watching this, I'm sorry that I can't remember what year you got married, but we went to my sister's wedding, and he flew really well, and you know. But on to the sad news. With travel, you have to make pretty tough decisions for certain elements of the travel. And one of the toughest things for me is having to leave my baby girl behind. I dropped Duchess off at the boarding house that she's going to be staying with for the week. And even though those people seem very sweet and kind and caring, and Duchess actually went right with them. She went right in. I didn't even get a chance to say bye or hug her or give her a kiss or anything. She just went through the door, and I was like, okay. But really tough. I dropped her off about an hour ago, and I got, you know, of course, the emotional part came rushing, and the kind women in the administration office, they reassured me that she was going to be fine and that everything would be fine. But, you know, she's still my baby, and it's just tough. So that's something that I'm going to have to just kind of process and deal with for the next few hours, especially here being home alone. I can have a chance to clear my mind. Anyway, so yeah, that's what's happening. So this is going to be a multi-part kind of a series on our trip. I'll try to photo document and vlog style this as best as possible. I'm not sure I'm not sure how easy it is for me to do this and how much I'll be able to get, being that these are international flights, and you know, I'm going to try to shoot as much footage as I can, and I'll upload, you know, kind of every night when possible. Although I'm not sure what the internet connectivity is going to be like south of the border, but I'm certainly going to try to, you know, to edit, you know, every day and then upload some content at night, and then through the night, hopefully it'll make it up by early morning the next day. So by the time you watch this, we would probably be, by the time this uploads, we'll probably be on our way out, because I'm going to upload it on one of the machines that I have here at home, and I'll just let it roll for the night. So tomorrow morning we will be airborne, and we're going to get our suitcases out because we haven't even started packing yet. And actually, the reason for that little detail by itself is I thought that if we started getting suitcases out and started laying stuff out to pack, that Duchess would actually have a much harder time, for a much longer period of time ahead than what she really needed to, feel bad for. She is very sensitive to us leaving. When she can totally tell when we're getting ready to pack up and head out somewhere, because you can tell her face falls into this depressing, like mopey, sad puppy face. Somebody's ripping a tractor in front of my house. It's awesome. I love this area. Tractors and farm equipment. Super. But yeah, so Dutchie's very sensitive to us leaving and traveling and stuff like that. So I made us kind of arrangement with my wife where I told her, I said, listen, let's not lay stuff out or get the suitcases out until Dutchie's in that boarding house, because it'll just add stress to her. She won't sleep. She'll be constantly glued to our legs. She'll be afraid that we'll leave her behind. The poor girl had a tough past, and I didn't want to add to whatever mental stresses she already deals with day to day. So we are officially on vacation. I am actually still on the clock for another 2 hours because it's just after 3 right now. So until 5, I'm working. So after I eat my lunch, I'm going to go back upstairs, finish out my day, set my out of office messages, and then from 5 o'clock on, I'm going to pack, get myself ready. I'm going to shave, shower, and then try to get some rest, but probably not, because I don't fly very well myself. I get stresses and anxiety, and I try to sleep in the plane, but that's typically just when I'm by myself. If I have Eddie and my wife with me, then it's like I have to keep a conscious eye on my family to make sure that they're okay and everything is working out okay. So also with 2 layovers, it'll be nice to kind of nap maybe on the plane and then get out, stretch, run through the airport to the next flight, and so on and so forth. So we'll see. But this is going to be a multi-part series, obviously. I don't know what the internet connectivity will be like south of the border. I remember the last time I was there wasn't any. But I haven't been there for about 12, 13 or so years in this particular town. My wife does tell me that her family, does have internet connectivity, but it could be anything from a basic DSL line to maybe some kind of a coax-based service, but it's not going to be the ridiculous multiple link worldwide connection that I have in my office here in this house, which is kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. So I'm probably gonna leave it off here. I'm not gonna record us packing our bags because that's kind of silly. But keep an eye open for this series. Consider this like a preamble to the actual first part that's gonna actually be shot tomorrow. But I thought I would fill you guys in because content's going to change a little bit. I still haven't decided if I'm going to take my full camera gear and stuff with me, or if I'm just going to use my phone, kind of like I did for the LA trip. It was super easy to work with and edit, and you know, it actually in some ways shot better quality footage. But we'll have to see. I may take one of my GoPros with me to do maybe some travel footage, like when we're on the ground. We might, you know, put something in the window or something for you guys to see when we're driving, and just get a feel for the environment where we're at. One thing I can tell you is, if you've never been to Mexico and you've never seen, or, you know, you've lived a sheltered life and you don't know anything about Mexico, let me tell you something. Some of the vividness of the colors, the scapes of the architecture and stuff like that is absolutely beautiful. I remember the first time I stepped foot into my wife's hometown, where she was basically born and raised. Um, every house was a different color, and some of them were super bright and beautiful, like the sun reflecting off of them, just making them shine off in the distance. Others were, you know, earth tones, and everything's, you know, kind of, you know, you can tell it's handmade. It's fantastic. I love some of that architecture, and I'll shoot some of that, and get some content as best as I can for you guys. So we'll see. I mean, it's going to be an interesting trip. You guys know I'm not a professional vlogger. I don't have a camera crew or anything, so anything that we do capture is going to be, you know, shot by my wife and I. I'll ask her to get as much footage as she can, and we'll see where this goes. This might be the best travel vlog ever, or it might be the worst. But either way, I'm in it for the memories, I'm in it for the family, and I'm in it for seeing the people who allowed me to marry their daughter more than anything, because two of my favorite people on this planet are my mother and father-in-law, and unbelievably loving, kind, caring folks that I would give my life for in a heartbeat. So yeah, let's do this. I'll upload this video, but consider this, like I said, a preamble. And then the vacation starts tomorrow, so stick around. And as always, thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you so much for joining us on our journey, both here in South Carolina and abroad. And hopefully you guys will tune in to the videos that are yet to come. So enjoy them in advance. And as always, thank you for watching. Have a great rest of the week, and have a great weekend ahead. Bye-bye.